Welcome to the ICU recap. Today we're going to cover everything you need to know to get ready for the greatest cinematic crossover in history, Ben and Jerry Crossroads.
Ben has always, he's always had his heart in the right place. He is someone who's very innocent in a way and very pure, just due to his obliviousness. Well, with Jerry, he always thinks he's the smartest man in the room, and he's oftentimes not. It's very interesting the way that their personalities clash, for sure.
That's it. Get out. You're fired.
I can't believe this. I never should have worked with you.
No, you worked for me.
It's interesting to see how they are constantly stuck with each other because, frankly, they can't do better. It's going to be interesting to see how Bill's death affects Ben and Jerry because for all their lives, they've had shows that have failed. Ben has fired Jerry. They have hit rock bottom sometimes, but this is really the first major consequence that has happened right in front of them. So it's
Right.
going to be fascinating to see how they deal with that real tragedy.
Segan, he killed Bill in front of us. That was real.
I'm aware.
I don't want that to happen to us, too.
Jim and Dave are very interesting characters. We started off with Ben and Jerry, very lighthearted characters. Jim and Dave are not Ben and Jerry. They're dark. They are well intentioned, but they both have different ideas of the law. They both believe in law and order, but they both have different interpretations of what that is and what's the best way to inflict that on the public and overall save as many people as possible.
I'm still here, though.
That's not the point. Jesus Christ.
You got a man killed.
Ramirez was going down either way. He just wanted someone to blame.
Look, you could be arrested for this. You stole something from the crime scene.
I
You
couldn't
can't
let
do
anyone
that.
find that note.
When we left off, Jim killed a man, unlawfully killed a man, and Dave was begging him not to do it. And although we don't know what transpired between that time and what happens in Crossroads, we do know that Jim is no longer chief. Terry is chief. Jim was searching for Segan, appearing as a vigilante, taking justice into his own hands. But we do know that him and Segan are definitely on opposite sides.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, take on law, different people's interpretations. And we have our two sides here where, there may be a bit of a distance or a little bit of a gray area between what is right and what is lawful, and what is wrong and what is lawful. Um, you know, these characters have definitely helped to explore that blurry area, and it's very interesting to see two characters like that clash. Like you said, these characters are not Ben and Jerry, so it will be very interesting to see, with so much unknown between what happened in the past and what's happened now. It will be very interesting to see these two characters clash again.
I know what we did with Kovacs was wrong, Terry. But every day since that happened, I've been trying to make up for it. I can't just let you do this.
What are you gonna do? Run around the streets beating up criminals like your partner?
Someone could have heard that. Keep your voice down.
Don't act like they don't know.
Toby, who debuted in the film Stranded, was almost portrayed as a villain in that film. And it was very mysterious, and Toby had a sort of enigma to him. But through the orb, you learn that he's very well intentioned, he is very selfless, and very much a worker in the way where he's going to do whatever he can to get the job done. That's his priority. Nothing else matters other than the mission. And I think that definitely shines through as a CIA agent, where with Pete, I think he sees that in Toby, and he trusts Toby because he knows he's not going to make a selfish decision. He knows that Toby knows what he's doing, and Toby's going to make the right choices. And that's why Pete is so loyal to Toby, and why they've become such good friends, because with Toby always knowing what to do and how to do it, and Pete being able to do whatever Toby needs him to, they've made a great partnership. And I think that those two are some of the biggest assets in the fight against Segan.
Don't move.
Time Traveler is a character with a lot of mystery to him. We see in his film, Time Traveler, where he debuted, he seemed very disorganized, very panicky. He was scrambling to get just a few people together in order to take on aliens in the future. This time traveler was in a very early phase of his experience as a time traveler, and he made a fatal mistake, which was encountering his younger self. Luckily, he was able to come back from that, and the time traveler we see now is a very more experienced time traveler, a very more professional time traveler, someone who isn't going to go on a talk show to try and recruit people, someone who is going to find the right people to get the job done. It is very evident that time traveler has had a lot of trauma. He's definitely the glue that is, keeping this team, bringing everyone together. He's the magnet. He's drawing all the pieces together. He's making that puzzle. Time Traveler is also someone like Toby who has his heart set on the mission, and he is the only character who fully understands the stakes in this film.
We might not be much, but we're all we have. I've seen it. It's up to us to save humanity.
We had Lineup as a parody of The Walking Dead. And even though it was a joke and it was funny, someone died at the end of that movie. And now we are dealing with these characters' actual reactions to this horrible event that happened. And we have seen in 2060 that even though Segan is, his persona is based on someone else, he is dangerous and he has the power to do some serious damage to the world. And Time Traveler is really the only one that knows that and knows the steps that have to be taken in order to stop him.
Although he is someone who's very messed up and very unstable, he's very dangerous. And I would argue that someone like Segan could potentially be more dangerous than the most organized villain you could get. And this chaotic antagonist that is more driven by his emotions than a plan will definitely cause a challenge and definitely call for a lot of people to take him down.
He is very unstable, but he has this act that he carries himself of confidence that he clearly, does not have under this guise. And I think he emulates, Negan because he's seen someone that's confident and he wants that confidence, and his constant search for power is really to compensate for his insecurities.
Yeah.
Thought we had a deal,
All
Terry.
right, listen. We still have a deal, but if you want to keep this arrangement of ours a secret, we gotta take down some of your guys.
Seems to me that you're more worried about your public image than our deal.
Crossroads is by far the biggest film we've done. It has the most characters in it. And I think the greatest thing about this film is that we take these ridiculous characters like Ben and Jerry and we bring them with the serious characters of Jim, Dave, and we blend them all and we force them in this situation where they need each other for whatever reason to take down Segan. It does not make sense why they're together, but Time Traveler, he knows what they have to do, and for whatever reason, they are all they have, and they need to join together to take down Segan, and it is just a nonstop action-filled adventure. Here is one final look at the trailer for Ben and Jerry Crossroads.
He's bribed every mayor, judge, politician. He's everywhere. So we got a cop, a CIA agent, 2 talk show hosts, and whatever the hell you are. Let's just say interesting.
They're dancing on us!